the difference between the case V2, that is this one, and the case V3. The case V3, as you can see, is much smaller than the case V2 because the case V2 was so bulky that was very difficult to mount on the car, and so we have decided to compress a bit the electronics. In order to achieve these size, I can show you if I remove the body and the camera. So you can see that the electronics is much more compact than previous one. So this is the old electronics setup, stack up, and this is the new one. The main difference is that the 6 fab is now in a lower position than in the V2 that was very high, and also this spacer has been removed, this spacer for the connection of the pins. The risk is now that the fan hat is very close to the Raspberry Pi, so the risk is that there is not enough air that enter in this space, but we are not worried about that. So I put again the bodies, and so look at the box. There are other differences on the box, and the difference are now that there is this pipe here that is used to make the cable exit the box, and we can seal the box in this point to avoid that the dust and the water enter the box. And also there is this part that is the air inlet, so the air enter these holes here, pass the air filter that will be put in this box, and then enter in these holes here. So the fan hat can work because it has the air that enter the box. And another difference are these two pins on the side, this one and this one. And these two pins are made to fix the box on the car frame. So you can see that just fixing these two pieces together, the box is fixed to the car frame and to the car. In the V3 design there are a couple of flaws that will be fixed in the version 4 that is under development. And so because we want to seal all the electronics, you can see that there is a window here that is an opening made to connect the USB port of the Raspberry Pi that you can see here. Of course, this hole in this way let the dust and water enter the case. So in the V4 design we will try to find a solution to seal this opening. And also the same problem is for the camera flat cable. The flat cable of the camera passes through this hole, and of course this is another hole that can let the dust and water enter. And so also for this hole in the V4 design we will try to find a solution to make it more compact and can be sealed in any way. So this is the box, how can be seen from the external view, and so we will mount it on the car. This is the electronics as you saw in the CAD. And this is the Raspberry Pi. Then there is a 8 millimeter standoff, the FANAT, 10 millimeter standoff, and the 6 fab. On the flat cable is connected the Raspberry Pi camera. Then you have the IMU that needs to be fixed in this frame. And then there is the screen that we're going to use in the future. Now, this was not in the CAD, so you didn't see it, but in the future we're going to use a screen to give a feedback to the user. And this is the antenna. And we are going to insert these electronics in the V2 mechanics that we printed, and we see if it fits and everything goes well. Seems okay. Now we're going to fix the cables. I fixed the cables with a tape so they can be guided inside this pipe when I will place the top cover. And now I'm mounting the IMU in this piece. The IMU has been fixed. Now we try to mount this frame. Okay. For now, everything seems fine. Now I adjusted, arranged the cables and the screen in a more clean way. So now we must mount the top cover. So we unplug the flat cable of the camera. That must be inserted here. Now the camera will be mounted here with the screws. Let's see. It's very nice. The camera is fixed now with the screws. And now we insert the air filter. The air filter in this little box. Like that. And now we close the top cover with the screws. It's perfect. Very compact. This is the car, as you saw in the last video, with this structure. And now electronics will be mounted like that. Okay. Very nice. And now we will see how it works on track. So please stay tuned, subscribe.